Today's view. Not half bad, huh? Pretty good, I'd say. Gotta watch my step here. Jump down. Look, man. You gotta really tighten up your decision making. And you gotta understand that you're capable of so much more than you're doing right now. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you've been. And nobody else does either. The only point that matters is where you are now and where you're going. For myself, I'm just tying my shoe real fast. I've been a lot of places. I've accomplished a lot of things. I've lived in many different locations, made friends everywhere I went, and it still always felt empty, to be completely honest with you. This isn't about me just giving you some rah-rah motivational speech about how choose to be happy and you'll be happy. I can't say that with evidence from my own life. But what I can tell you is that each time I've forced myself to make the challenging decision that I'd been putting off, or that I'd always wanted to do, or even just took a leap on something that I thought was maybe even just slightly interesting. Every time I've gone after that, I've been handsomely rewarded. When I decided to have a career playing drums, I gave it everything I had, and I wasn't gonna let anybody tell me that I couldn't do it. Now, everybody still told me that. Everybody, from my closest friends, to my girlfriends, to my family, to my teachers, to other musicians. Everybody always told me, nah, you're not good enough, you'll never make it. And some people, it was more direct than others, for sure. You know, some of my really good mentors, some mentors that I really cherish, gave it to me 100% straight. They said, if you don't figure this out, you're gonna be screwed forever. And that's what you need. You need somebody in your life to just give you the reality of the situation. Not somebody who's gonna tell you you can't do it, because I promise you, you can. Absolutely promise you, it's possible. You're capable of it. If you got an idea in your mind, a goal that you're chasing, you can get it. I guarantee you that. I tell you from many experiences over the course of my life. I guarantee it. But you can't be a complainer. The worst thing, the biggest waste of space on this planet is a person who complains. And look, I've been there. I know how good it feels. I know how comfortable it is to sit on your couch and do nothing and eat chips and get fat and bitch about the world around you. And I know what it's like to have your coworkers all sit around the table and talk about the people that they can't stand. I know how fun that is, because how good it feels, because how comfortable gossip is. I've been there. I'm not gonna ever tell you that I haven't made these mistakes. That's literally precisely the reason why I have no tolerance for it anymore. Because the other side of it is something that's so infinitely better than you could even imagine. When you just take yourself seriously and you give it everything you've got, and you understand that you're on limited time, that you're on borrowed time, and you don't let anybody else dictate your decision making for you, You do exactly what it is you're chasing. And you don't give up on your dreams until you've decided that they're not your dreams anymore. When you take that approach and you take that path, you understand that's what you want, a switch will flip and you'll do everything you can to get it. And you know what? Sometimes it takes a wake-up call. Sometimes you need to end some friendships, end some relationships. Sometimes, unfortunately, it might take someone's passing for you to wake up and understand that no matter what you've been able to accomplish before, you're in the mess you're in right now, and you need to find a way to get out of it. Or else you're gonna end up in that place before you even got those first things. And you'll probably end up a lot worse. There's a book by Dr. Seuss. I know, great educational material. Very enhanced literature. Dr. Seuss. Oh, the places you'll go. This is a book that I've taken with me my entire life. My cousin gave it to me when I was a baby. And I've taken it with me everywhere. It literally sits in the pocket of my car. Because this book, it just holds a very simple concept. Obviously, it's for children. It's a very straightforward concept that we always tend to seem to forget about. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. But when you get down, you're the only one who can bring yourself back up. If you're down and you're in this dark place, you gotta grab life by the balls. And you gotta tell the entire world and everything around you through your actions that you're not gonna let it keep you down. You're not gonna let it keep you there. And you're never gonna get back to that place. Now, just saying it isn't enough. Just saying it makes you feel like you already did it. But you take the baby steps, you get the slight edge that adds up every day, and it compounds over time, and suddenly, next thing you know, you'll be accomplishing everything you wanted. But it starts with that one step. If you're on the couch, just slamming potato chips, watching TV, watching YouTube for long, long hours, in your free time, like, I don't mean after you've already worked yourself to the bone, I mean in your free time or all day. You know, I know people who it's all freaking day. Not an ounce of work, not an ounce of sweat, not an ounce of effort. All freaking day. They're in front of the TV, eating their chips, and just complaining about something new. Well, guess what, man? If that's you, you put yourself in that place. You're the only reason you're there. And maybe something caused it that was out of your control. But guess what? The only one who's gonna get you out of that seat, off the couch, is you. So it doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter what caused it. You gotta understand that you're in control, that you have this one life. And that no matter what anybody tells you, your goals are within reach. If you can conceive it and you can believe it, then you will achieve it. And it's as simple as that. If you were able to come up with the idea, mull it over in your stinky little head until it becomes refined enough for you to accept that it's actually not that challenging, and then suddenly you believe that you can take the steps to get there, and then you take that first step, well, guess what? You're gonna achieve it. If anyone else on this planet has done it before, you are also capable of doing it. And it's really as simple as that. And even if nobody's done it before, if this is something totally new, if it's disruptive, doesn't make it impossible. The only way that you're gonna know if something's actually impossible or not is if the laws of physics say you can't do it. So you're gonna have to consult the greats of physics, the OGs of science. You're gonna have to consult the kings of research on that one, because I don't know the answer. But guess what? ChatGPT will tell you. Just ask it. Is this thing possible that I want to do? Or is it physically, scientifically proven to never be achievable no matter what? Guess what? You're going to get an answer. And it's going to be an answer you won't like, because it's going to tell you that it's a lot easier than you thought. And that if you just put in an ounce of effort every day, you'd get it. So don't wait for your wake-up call. Don't wait for something terrible to happen to get started, to get on that path, to do what you want. Start doing it now. Just start doing it now. Don't let this day pass you by. You have a chance every single day, and you have a choice every minute that you live to do it, to take that first action. And you have the same choice to not take that first action. Guess what? They're both easy, and they're both equally easy. The reason that you think it's hard is because you see a mountain in front of you. But when you take the first step up the mountain, that was pretty easy. What about the second step? Oh, that's pretty easy too. And you don't see the alternative. You don't see what you could end up as or end up with. The mountain behind you. And really, it's because it's covered by the water. It goes back into the earth, right? The mountain behind you is what happens if you don't take action day after day. Because compounding, it happens both ways. You can compound up or you can compound down. If you continually make the wrong choice and you continually skip that first action, that first step, and you just simply don't do it, you're gonna look behind you, you're gonna see the mountain of stuff that you've piled up for yourself that you didn't act on, that you didn't create, maybe the things you didn't even consume, the things you didn't try, the things you didn't accept as possible. That's a lot of, it's a lot bigger mountain than if you just took the step today. And trust me, man, if you have to climb up 2 mountains just to get to base camp, that's a tough place to be in. I'm done with this mountain metaphor, man. And I'm gonna give it to you a little more directly. If you don't take action and you don't do the simplest thing you can do to get ahead, to move forward, whether that's practicing for 5 minutes or reading 5 pages of a book, or taking 5 minutes to just not be on Instagram scrolling. If you can't even do that, man, over time, you are going to live in hell. You are going to live in a state, in a place that you wouldn't want your worst enemy living. And then you go look at your worst enemy and they're doing all the things you want. And you can't do anything besides just be jealous. And then you hate on them. And then you're like, oh man, this guy's such a dick. Because he did what you couldn't, what you weren't capable of doing. That's why whenever I hear people talking about their competition and being all negative and complaining, I'm just like, dude, if you did half the work they did, and they're as much of an idiot as you say they are, you did half the work, you'd be right where they are. But you won't even do that. You won't even do half as much as the next guy. So how do you expect to ever get anywhere? How do you ever expect to have good relationships? How do you ever expect to have a strong mind? How could you ever expect a six-pack? How could you ever expect to have fun? To go out and do the things that you say you want to do? If you won't take the first step. Just take it, man. Because this life is going to be taken from you before you know it. Your hair is going to fall out. You're going to lose your friends. You're going to lose your family. You'll be left alone if you don't take advantage right now. So just do it.